Hello, you beautiful people. Another episode of Uncle Code Review and another future maker. We're going to review his or her code. Hello, Maysam and Ash.
Hello.
Hello.
How are
Hi. Hi,
you?
UncleCode. Hi, Mesa.
Okay, nice
How are
to
you
meet
guys?
you again.
How's your Monday?
Also,
Good.
very good.
Great, very good.
Considering the pandemic and the staying at home, I think that things is getting better.
Yeah.
And reviewing the student code, make it better.
Yeah.
So, Ash, let us know about
Yes.
our today students.
All right. So today we have a very interesting student.
Mhm.
Her name is Kirtini. She's now 10 years old.
Wow.
And she joined us way back in 2018.
Great. Look at her now. 3
Yeah.
years ago, right? Oh, look at the image. Image is back to the second
Level
floor. Level 2. Great.
Oh,
Hello.
Yeah.
Good morning, Kirtini. How are you? I'm very happy that I'm looking to code up a goal that has been with us since 2018. Great. Very good. Fantastic. Now let's go to the code. Anything is important about you want to share with us, Misan, before we go to the code?
Yeah, it's a nice piece of code to focusing on a nested for loops.
Perfect. So I'm going to share my screen for you, Kirtini. So let's see. We picked up 2 codes from your codes that we found interesting. So we're going to just do, and then I'll give you some hints and comments, improve your code, right? So we're going to do that. So I shared my screen. It should be around here. Great. Okay. So it's the moment of the truth. And Kirtini, we're going to go through your first code. May I say anything about this code?
Let's go.
Okay, I'm gonna run it this. So let's
Beautiful
run
pink
it.
squares.
Wow, that famous geoflower. Well done. I love it. Great. And all pink color. So perfect. Very good. This is always fascinating the way that we can mix and match imagination, drawing, calculation, and coding together and come up with a unified way of thinking. That's the really interesting things for me. Computer is the place that everything comes together and then will be unified. It's sort of singularity. So for mind, okay, Kirtini, you like pink colors, and I remember in the photo your T-shirt also was purple and pink, so it should be connected. Now we're gonna go through your code line by line. I will give you my comments. First line, Tom equal by turtle. You did something really important here, and I love it. You choose Tom. And then the shape is turtle, color is pink. It's good. You spit it up. That's good. You know how to spit it up. Great. And then width, okay, 5. All good. I have no comments here. You did very nice. And I go through your for loops. You have 2 nested for loops. It's really important. This one is in charge of drawing the 10 squares to build the flower, feeling of the flower. And this is the nested loop that does the score, right? That's really important. I mean, like, it kind of, when you can, one of the things that I want you students, all of you, learn is immediately when you see a photo, we're gonna give such a kind of quizzes and tasks and questions later. I show you the pictures. You guess how many for loop that picture need.
That would be nice.
Oh, wow.
That's really amazing. For example, you say,
I
I
think
think,
about it.
for example, minimum by how many for loops you can do that? 3, 2, 1, or 5. Then I'm gonna say 2. It's very important because reverse engineering is one of the ways. Reverse engineering means you look at the shape and then you back to the code. That's what you actually has done it, because you got the questions and then you try to do something like that. So that's just a very nice things happen here. So now I want to know what is going on here. First of all, that it's okay. You know what? You use parentheses. That's okay. You can do that. But because this is called tuple in Python. But if you make them a square break, it's a bracket, so then it will be like this. This is okay. This is a list. Code does the same thing, but fundamentally these two are 2 different ways. I mean, in 2 different ways, Python look at them. It's really interesting. Looks very similar, but really their difference is like a kind of 2 worlds. So here, I'm going to go and do the same thing here. So I'm going to convert all of them to a square bracket, a square brace. Okay, so now that's cool. Okay, so if you're going to do that, you're going to get again the same thing. And I'm pretty sure that you know it by now that if you want to repeat something 10 times, you don't need to really write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then like that. And then so what you're going to do is you're going to write range 10. So it's gonna do the same thing for you. It just does that counting. And if you're not gonna use anything from this counter variable, so you can always make this underscore underline, so
Hmm.
you don't define a variable. Technically gonna get a bit faster. You can do the same thing here, and then what's here? Okay, we can do the same thing here. So then we're gonna go and then also turn this to range 4. Range 4. That's fine. So now I have a little better
Very
code,
nice.
right? I have a better code here. Beautiful, beautiful. 100 pixel, 260 divided by 4. And I'm pretty sure that when you learn variable, you can do more stuff. So like,
Hmm.
for example, create a variable size equal by the 4, and then bring that variable here and also here. These are the things that you can expand your code. Because what is important is when you come up with a solution for one thing, then the next question we should ask is how my solution can be applied to similar problems. Okay, this is very
Mhm.
important. This is called pattern recognition, actually. It means like when I come up with a solution or when I have a new problem, when I think in a pattern recognition way, there's a high chance if you are coding a lot, when you see something new, you have done something similar in that problem in some way. Because we first break down the problem to smaller pieces. Then when we look at the smaller pieces, oh, I have done something similar to that. Oh, I have done something. The problem will be much, much easier when you break it down to some smaller pieces, that those pieces can be similar to things that you've done it before. So combination of decomposition and pattern recognition, very important. So it's good that you think, if I'm going to make this pentagon, how many changes I have to do here? I have to come and make this 5. I have to make come and this 5, for example. So I have the 2 changes. Is it possible I make it faster, better? So definitely possible.
Let's see.
And you can make
I'm
it a little bit.
curious to see how it will look like in pentagons.
Yes, let's do that. Let's go manually. You may make it 5 year, and then I make it 5 year, and then let's see. We're gonna be the shape of this.
All right.
Good.
Beautiful. It's this conjunction
too.
of the art and mathematics and programming is really fascinating. When you look at the left side, it's only mathematics and variables and programming and pattern. When you look at the right side, it's just like, famous artworks. You look at them, oh wow, it's so interesting. And finding they are two, most of them are matched. They are the same thing is always very amazing thing for me to look at it.
It is truly, truly, and surprisingly, when you look at the universe, when you look at how atoms and molecules and carbons and diamonds and things are connected, life in this planet, which is very dependent on carbon,
Mm.
and then so you see that how beautiful when you look at them deep down, they are following such a kind of patterns. They follow mathematics, they follow a regular sort of geometry, some of them, and it's
Wow.
very interesting. It's very interesting. So these are all connected, again, all connected, led you to reveal more layer from the universe is complicated, but if we can think about it layer by layer, suddenly truth will be revealed, and that's a very important thing. And
Nice.
I like to do something here, just came to my mind. I like to ask a challenge in Kidocode, that who can draw okay, who can draw this geoflower with only one line of code.
Oh,
Oh.
one
Oh.
line of code?
It's a little bit advanced in
Really?
Python. Maybe I can show it here, huh? I can show you. What do you think? I show it. We let
Maybe
it-
the challenge. Maybe a few sessions we go.
Yeah.
So
I want to
maybe-
take the challenge too.
yeah,
I'm thinking
I'll,
about this
also
campaign.
I'll say it in my own Instagram. We'll talk about this, right? I will say it. So the
Yeah.
challenge is this: how can you can to make it easy? How you can start to draw a score with one line of code in Python, and then there are multiple ways. The smallest way, unfortunately, doesn't work with the engine of this Python that I created in the browser. But rather than that, there are 2, 3 other, again, it's very small way. They
Mhm.
all will work here.
Let's see.
It works. So you can do
Give
that.
us 1 week. Next week we talk about it.
Yeah, it can be next week.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it. Why not? It would be very great. So
Yeah.
challenge is, how can I draw first one score in one line, and then how can I draw a pentagon? Geoflower with, again, one line. That would be one of a kind. So great, very good. Well done. I'm gonna go for the next code. I run. Anything I miss out, I will run it.
Yeah, please. This is again
Oh,
another nested for loop.
let me
Oh.
just speed it up a little bit. And we have kind of mix of pentagon and triangles. Very nice. There are
Yeah.
interesting things that I like to point out from Kirtini code. First of all, I like when you put these spaces. I like that. Okay, this one, no need. But this one that separate somehow the part that you draw the pentagon and then you go for triangle. I like this way of thinking. And also, again, remember that you can just, do this, so just put a square bracket and then that will do the thinking. Oh, now you just learned we can use the range function, right? So maybe we can use the range 4, and then here I can put the range 5, and then I can do. Oh, you here you use range 3, so you know the range.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so use it everywhere. And then here you do have 230 and divide by 5, right? Because it's pentagon, correct. And then you change the color to orange, and then you start to do the fill because you want to fill that triangle, and then tree and end fill, and then pin up and forward 80, and then pin down. Okay, great. That's a very nice code. And then again, you don't need if you are not using the X, so you're not gonna use this. So maybe you can just make it like an underline. And Kirtini, and also all other students, when you have a task like this, there are two ways to draw it. Okay, one is relative, one is absolute. What I mean by the relative is what you did here. That means you draw the first pentagon, then relative to this pentagon, you go 80 pixels further and draw the second one. So always you position yourself based on where you are now. So it's relative to where you are now. But absolute means that what are you going to do that you draw everything based on the origin, based on the center, For example, you draw the first rectangle, pentagon here. When you want to draw the second pentagon, so you calculate from this origin point, where is the location of the second pentagon and the third pentagon. So if you're going to do that kind of way of thinking, then you don't go forward and backward. You use go to. You go to the locations and back forward. That's a different way. But there are situations that one way is winner and the other way is loser in terms of the calculation or simplicity or that kind of things. So, but keep this in the mind. For example, let's say especially if the shape has kind of symmetrical structure, so that would be a little bit different. But just something that to have in your mind, keep in your mind. The rest is good. I have not much point about this code, guys. It's beautiful. I like the for loops. I like having this. I like this nested for loops. But you see here that two for loops at the same level. Okay, they nested into another for loop. So if you think of it, there's a one for loop. There's two nested for loops. It looks like a tree, huh? You're coming down. Sometimes you can continue this forever, right? That means imagine in one of these for loops can have again nested for loops. So it's gonna be imagine instead of the pentagon, you have a small geoflower. So one geoflower. So it's gonna be more nested for loops. And then if you think of it, it's kind of one for loop here, and then here, and then again here, and here. It will be a hierarchical structure, and that's actually we call it. It's a technical term, okay? Abstract tree, okay? And that's how compiler look at the code. That means compiler, when you give the code of Python to them, they try to build in data structures. We call it abstract tree, which is like a kind of exactly hierarchical structures for the code, and leaves of this tree are codes that we have here. And I'm talking too much about computer science details. So back to this fantastic, beautiful red, orange, begin fill, and then end fill. And I like that you start to use functions. That means you create the functions to draw for you triangle. You create a function to draw for you. Just as an example, I'll give you an idea that pentagon.
Oh, you're in caps lock.
Ooh, I feel I'm writing Kobold. So def and Fortran. So def pentagon. So let's say pentagon. I want to draw a pentagon, or I can draw or a polygon. Let's say polygon. So I'm just going to say how many sides my polygon has. 5 sides and length. I want to go for the length. So what I'm going to do is I will just bring this here, and I'm just going to say that. So this is sides, and this is divide by sides, and this is the length. So we bring out a part of the code. we make into functions, and then we use it. So this refactoring, we keep doing it. Even if I write a beautiful code, next week I refactor again. So it's a practice between programmers. Every 1 month, 2 months, or sometimes week or year, review the code, we refactor, remove those things we don't want it, and then we build some patterns again. So it's called refactoring. Like when you clean your room after 10 years that you haven't. Polygon, polygon, and here we're gonna have what? 5 sides? And what was the length? I forgot. It was.
That's, I think, 50.
This back. Oh, it's 30. Okay.
30.
So we're gonna go for 5 sides and 30, and then polygon and sides and this and forward and left side. So let's see what is the error message. Polygon is not a poly.
Oh, I think it's the spelling.
Polygon. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that works.
So this,
There is a study that our eye is only looking at the beginning and ending of each word.
Right,
if something is replaced, we cannot recognize it. Therefore,
nice thing to point. Yes.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have now a triangle here. Okay, so you see the code now is a little bit better. Just like created one function. Now you can create more stuffs, more things that you wanted here. For example, let's say maybe I want to create another polygon. You see how easy is that? So just create another pattern. We don't too much of code, just design something else. It's that's the benefit of having the functions, So
nice, good.
Yeah.
Awesome, very
well
good.
done.
Let's show the Kirtini picture again one more time.
There she is.
I like you always keep this smile and look at that 1980. What, guys? Is 88?
I think it's 1989.
I hope it's 83.
I hope we get close to our birthday.
Yeah, it's my year.
Yeah, that would be good. I think 80. Why she has that one? So perfect, Kirtini, perfect. Now back to me. So Kirtini, before we just say goodbye, let me stop my sharing screen. Okay, then we have something very important. All of us, right? All of us, we want to share with this with you. We wait for this part, and all this kind of around 17 minutes. We just talk to reach to this point. So you have to remember, you should not forget. I want to say you shall not pass. Okay, you are
Programmers.
Very good.